You're listening to Rockin' Country Radio, today's hottest country and more. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Rockin' Country Radio. I'm your host, DJ Delta Dawn. It is Monday and the start of another week yet again. And I tell you, I don't know about you, but it's that time of year, meaning that it's back to school time for a lot of students, college students, and kids everywhere. And today my timelines all over social media have just been blowing up with people, talking about it. And so it is that time of year, folks. I mean, before you know it, we're going to be well, I take that back. Before I say that, I was just about to say, before you know it, we're going to be seeing Christmas stuff in the stores. And come to think of it, I was in a store the other day and saw some fall stuff, not Christmas stuff, but someone had actually posted a picture, they live out of state, of some Christmas trees that were already out. I'm like, really? It's August, okay. I could understand a little bit better in September, but August. But anyway, it is that time of year, and we've got a couple weeks left of summer upon us, and as you know, Labor Day is around the corner, and I know all of you are making great plans. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and you've been enjoying your summer thus far, and we are so excited to be here with you tonight. We have an awesome guest, and before I bring her on, I want to kind of give you a little bit of a news flash. Saturday night, many of you follow our show, and you know that on Saturday nights we do a show called Highway Underground, where we feature a lot of great music, like from our guest tonight and many others. And we kept having intermittent server outages, and it was not us, but it was on the server end of the host site that we use, and we had to cut our show short. So we are deeply apologetic about that. I mean, it's one of those things we couldn't help. But nonetheless, we are going to just scratch the show and redo it in its full entirety so that we can play those songs we didn't get to play. And we're going to do that this coming Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Normally our show is on Saturday night, but we are probably going to do a regular weekly show on Saturday night. But we did want to bring that show to you in fairness to all the artists out there. We had too much great music, and I hated that we had to do that. But anyway, that's the news and business out of the way. So now I want to talk a little bit about our guest tonight, because if you are a first-time listener, you picked a great night to tune in for the first time. If you're a returning listener, welcome. We're glad to have you back, and you're going to be very excited to hear from her, as we are. We've been stoked ever since we booked this interview, for sure, and she is a Richmond, Virginia native, and she is full of energy and chocked full of talent. She is immensely talented, and to say the least, as much as I have followed her on social media throughout the summer in particular, she has been one busy gal. She has been all over the place. She got her start like many traditional country artists, singing churches, fairs, showcases, festivals. And last year she decided, hey, it's time to get serious. And I'm glad that she did, because she is immensely talented and too good not to be taking it serious. But she has done some amazing things since that time. She has, in 1 year, opened for national touring acts such as Chris Young, the band Perry, Aaron Tippin, Brett Eldridge, Clint Black, and many more. And just this past weekend, she had the pleasure of opening for Chase Rice, and Chris Lane this past Saturday night at the Franklin Southampton County Fair. And so we're going to get to talk with her about that. But she has had a hit out on iTunes for a little while now that is really been getting a lot of airplay, a lot of attention, called Change. She has also recorded the Rolling Stones hit Painted Black, which she does an awesome cover of that song. And so we are so excited to welcome to our show tonight Brittany Marie. Hello, Brittany.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Well, thank you so much for being our special guest this evening. It is awesome to have you here, especially given how busy you've been of late. You have been on the road more than you've been off. So to get, especially this past weekend, I mean, you had an awesome show with Chase Rice and Chris, and you barely have had any time to breathe, and here you are calling in to talk with us. So thank you.
Well, thank you for having me. Yes, it's been, especially this past weekend, it has been nonstop. I'm actually staring at my band right now inside a warehouse setting up, because right after this call we go into a couple hours of rehearsal. Then we head to Nashville for the weekend. So it's been really fun, though. So we're excited. We love doing this kind of stuff.
Well, in this line of work, I don't think you get much downtime. I mean, in order to pursue your dreams and to make it in the business, it's constant. It's always plugging and playing somewhere. And so I just want to congratulate you, first of all, on the success of Change, because that single has been getting so much airplay. It's been getting so much attention, and people absolutely love it. And from our feedback on our show, when we've played it and feature it, people really love that song. So congratulations to you on that.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the airplay that it is getting. I covered that song with a friend of mine last summer, and we didn't realize that it was going to be the one that we were going to release as a single. So we're really excited. It kind of took us off guard. So, but that's good. I'd rather be busy than not.
Yeah, it's a great problem to have, right? And I have to tell you, I think one of the things that people love about that song, at least in my case, I can attest to this, is that when I saw the video that goes along with the song, it just, the video just really tells the story. And it's always, I love when you can put a visual in front of the song and really make the song come to life. And that video, it was so wonderfully done. Talk a little bit about that, because I think that's such a great compliment to the song itself.
Oh, it is. When we went in to do the video, I knew it wanted to be extreme, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Country music is, it's a lot of storylines behind the songs that people released. And I wanted it to be, it was my first music video, so I wanted it to be really good. And the song is about, obviously, a girl that has seen that she's changed through a relationship, a guy that kind of wanted her to be a certain way, and she's this down-home country girl, and the guy is this high class, like, you can't drink bottled beer, you need to drink wine, he didn't care about hunting, he didn't care about fishing kind of thing, and that's the kind of girl that she is. And it actually reflects the relationship that I went through with this guy. He wanted me to be something I wasn't, and a few years into the relationship, I finally was like, wow, I've really changed. Like, this has got, you either got to let me be myself or, we're not going to be able to be together. And so in the video, we made that very clear, obviously. She's hunting, and he's on a Gulfstream jet. And it was really cool to be able to work with the different kind of settings. I got to play this chick that was high class, and then I got to be myself and put on my hunting gear and go out and run into the woods and fish and stuff. So, it's really cool. We had a blast, and we did it over, I think, like 3 days. We shot that video, and we actually got approved with that video to be a Vivo artist. So we actually got to release it on Vivo, which is really cool for me because I'm not a signed artist. I'm not an artist that has a management company behind me. It's me and my mom. We are the management company. So right now we're working in triple, quadruple time because we're trying to be a team of what normally is 5 people. So we were able to get the video on Vivo, and just the production of it was so fun. I got to pretty much plot out how I wanted it to look. So we're really excited about it because it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it's an awesome video. And, the first time I saw it, Brittany, the thing that immediately came to my mind was, in the midst of all the bro country songs that we have in our midst right now, that song was kind of like a female telling it like it is. Like, I'm not going to be this and that. I'm going to be me.
Right.
And also not only that aside, it's a great anthem for women in general, because I think every woman wants to be herself in a relationship. And sometimes as women, we kind of get caught up in that persona of, we've got to really look our best, and we got to make the best impression. What the guy thinks, and we're wanting to impress all the time, and when we do that, we are really stepping out of our comfort zone of who we are. We kind of lose ourselves a little bit, especially in a new relationship. We're always kind of, you know how it goes. And so this song, there was so much truth in it. I think that's why so many women in particular love it, because they can identify with it. I don't know anybody that hasn't been in a relationship like that. I think we all have.
Right.
So it's like that's a song song that needed to be written. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I hadn't heard anything like that yet, so it was really cool when we came up with it. And it actually was through like we took the lyrics and stuff out of a little. It wasn't really a song I had written yet. It was more of like what had happened in the relationship. So we kind of took it out of the story. So it's kind of cool because it's real authentic, you know. So it's fun to be able to sing something that you are actually in. I get way more into it versus trying to sing something of somebody else's. So we're just really excited about it. It's done a lot more than we thought it would. So
yeah,
it's
well,
fun.
and I have to tell you, for you and your mom to be the team, the management team, and you're kind of doing it all from, you know, the behind-the-scenes business aspect to the performance end. I mean, that video was so well done, so well produced. And you said it yourself, I mean, being an independent artist, it's not like you had a major record label backing you to make that video. So,
right.
you know, financially, you know, you have to take all that into account, too. So I think given everything that you have to work with currently, it was wonderfully done and very creative and definitely got the message of the song across. So it's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Speaking of songs, I have to ask you because we also got your song Painted Black that you recorded, the Rolling Stones cover. And Brittany Marie, I have to tell you, that is one of the best covers of that song I have ever heard. And I have to also admit that for all these years that I have been listening to the Rolling Stones version, I could never, ever figure out what Mick Jagger was singing. And that is no joke. And I actually had to Google the lyrics at one point going, what is he saying? You know,
right.
And I heard your song the first time. I was like, oh, my God. So, okay, yeah, when you hear her sing it, it makes sense now, you know.
Right,
And I don't even say that in jest. I'm very serious. But truthfully, I love how you did that song. You put that country rock edge on it. It's got a little bit of a southern rock feel, too, which I also love.
Yeah,
But what made you pick that song in particular to cover?
We actually, I grew up more in church and went to a private school, and then I was homeschooled, and I went to public school for my high school years, and I really didn't listen. I knew who the Rolling Stones were, and of course I had heard their songs just because they were so popular, and so I didn't know Painted Black. I had listened to it for the first time, I think, in middle school. Vanessa Carlton covered a pop version of it. And that was the version that I kind of knew, but I didn't really listen to it all that much. Actually, one of our first little fairs that we did, a friend of the family's came out, and just after the show, he was like, you really need to do this song. You could pull off a rock tune. And I was like, really? You know, I was a question, and I didn't really know. And so I tried not to listen to the original version of it because I didn't want to completely mimic Mick Jagger's version of it. And so I just kind of got the chords and the band together, and we kind of just made it up one day in rehearsal, and we played it, and we kind of took a chance on seeing if people would like it because we knew it was, you know, an older tune, and we were more country, but this is more rock, but so much rock is being, you know, kind of introduced to country so much, you know, the genres are crossing so much now. So we just took the chance and tried it, and man, it got so much attention just in our shows throughout the summer of last year. And so come like the end of last year, beginning of this year, we started to go into the recording process of it. And February we finished recording it, and we were really excited about it. I don't really know how we picked that song, but it kind of worked out because as we started doing that, this year is the 50th anniversary of the British invasion. So it's kind of cool that we got to release it at the same time. You know, the Rolling Stones are celebrating their anniversary of that, and then we're getting ready to do the music video to it, so it's going to be, you know, another way to promote it out on the music video world versus just the MP3 track. So we're really excited about it. I can't really tell you how we picked it, but, you know, someone recommended it, and we just did it, and we got a lot of attention, so we just started to run with it.
it's a great fit for your voice and for your particular sound because you have that whole country rock thing. It really, I mean, it's awesome. And what I can't wait to find out about is when Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones actually hear it and get their take. I mean, that is going to be so cool. But it is.
Oh yeah.
You did a phenomenal job, and I'm glad that you took the advice of your friend who recommended it because we're going to play it a little bit later in the show, but it is awesome. And so I have to ask because I know that you're currently working on your album, your debut album. Is this going to be on your album?
It is. We're gonna release a EP out in the late fall. And we're going to feature Painted Black on there. And then, we'll put Changed on there. And we have a couple other tunes that we're going to release another single in the late fall when the EP comes out. So, we're really excited. We think the rock and country kind of twist is going to help the EP and to kind of put it out there that we're not complete country, but, we're not all rock. Because if someone just heard Painted Black, they're going to think I'm more of a rock artist versus country. But yeah. I like to be the artist that I'm not committed to just one genre, like the extreme of one genre. I'm not committed to, the old country sound, but I'm not committed to the southern rock sound. I can do both.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of what I want to make clear, and Changed is more of a pop country. So we like to mix it up some, but that'll all be on the EP, so we're really excited about it.
Well, that's the awesome thing about country music now is that it has allowed so many different genres to come into country and be part of country, which now just fits and it works. I mean, you've got, and the other great thing is bringing fans from other genres of music like rock and pop that otherwise would have never listened to country music, or probably thumbed their nose at it and go, I'm not listening to that. Now they're getting turned on to it because they're realizing that there's more to country music than that traditional twangy sound that we all grew up listening to, but yet, even though there's still a place in country for the traditional sound because you still hear that as well, and it's almost like country music has evolved into this one size fits all genre, and it's got something for every kind of music fan out there, and any kind of mood that you're in. I mean, it's my favorite genre now, and I've grown up a music lover, and I've liked many different genres, but the fact that I don't know, country for me just feels like I'm getting the best of all worlds of music in general, and and that's awesome. And the reason I can tell you, I'm much older than you, so I can tell you that the reason why people love Painted Black so is because people of my generation grew up listening to the Rolling Stones and that Southern rock and, that type of music where it was just the thing that we listened to, and it was the go-to. Right. So anytime we hear a current artist doing a cover of a song from yesterday, it's like, man, that's just heaven for us. We love it. So that is one of, aside from the fact that you are a great artist and you've done that song so much justice, people love it for that reason as well. But yeah, for nostalgic feel of it and it being done the Brittany Marie way, it's really turned out to be a great song. So I'm so excited to hear that you're going to put that on your EP.
Yeah, we are. And we knew we were taking a big risk, and I know, not everybody will like it because, when the original artist does their music, they like it that way, and it should stay that way. So when we went to do it, we were really nervous about it, but we got so many compliments, so I'm just running with it now.
I can't. I would too. Really believe me, you should, and I'm glad that you've made that a part of your show, and you took it beyond that with the recording studio, and now it's going to be on your forthcoming EP. It's just awesome what you're able to do. Now, I have to ask you because just this past weekend you played with Chase Rice and Chris Lane at the Franklin Southampton County Fair, and talk a little bit about that because you have opened for all kinds of big artists, country artists over the span of the last year that you've really been hitting this hard. And so how was it? How was it hanging out with those guys and playing with them? And
it was really fun. It's funny because you don't really think about what you're really doing until after the fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm on the way home, and I was like, y'all, we just opened for, like, our 10th national act, and we haven't even been out a year and a half yet. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, it's when your second and fourth show ever is opening for Chris Young and then opening for the band Perry, like, it really hits you, like, you know, maybe this really is what I'm supposed to be doing. And, you know, it's me and my mom, we push, and every contact we have, we grab and we push and push and push until we get into stuff like that. And we were really lucky. Last year, I was at the concert, just in the fair, you know, just there to attend it. And I was standing there, and Florida Georgia Line was the band playing last year. And I was like, I am going to be on that stage next year. I've got to get there. And so a month ago, or about a month and a half ago, they called where we had just submitted our stuff to one of the contacts we had, and they wanted to know if we would open that show. So we were really, really excited to be able to do that. It was kind of like one of those things on my bucket list because it's a really small town, but that fair, and it's not even a big fair, but they're known for their concerts that they bring in. So it was really cool to be able to go, and the guy, you know, because it's a smaller venue, the guys, you know, the security wasn't so tight that they weren't allowed to do anything because a lot of times it's really shut off. So, you know, I got to hang out with Chris Lane. Like, we were in the dressing room together, just hanging out, waiting around where they had food and stuff set up, and then Chase came in there, and we got to hang out in there with him, and it was just really cool because they're, you know, everybody wakes up the same, and they get dressed the same. You know, they're normal people. They just get to do, you know, what
they love.
The public sees. You know, they're doing what they love, but it's just more in the public's eye. So it's just really cool. It was really cool to be able to do that Saturday. It was fun, and the fans were great. They were amazing. So it was, you know, it's a blessing that we've been able to do stuff like that this soon.
Yeah, and you know, and speaking of Chris Lane, he's a North Carolina native, which is where we're based and where I'm from, and so he has, you know, he has just gotten his big break with Broken Windshield View, and you know, for years, I mean, he has had a band himself here in North Carolina. He's played all the big major, you know, venues here. He's played lots of festivals, and I'm so excited for him, being that he's a native of our state, and he's getting, you know, to play these shows with the Chase Rices and all these other great artists like you are, and you know, and it's great for North Carolina. You know, he's repping well. So so I'm excited that you actually had that opportunity to be with them and to perform on Saturday night. And now, was that fair in Virginia, or where was it located at?
It's in Virginia, yes.
Okay. Okay.
It was probably about an hour and a half from where I'm at, so about an hour and a half from Richmond area.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's in Virginia, though.
Well, I do imagine that it, you know, for you, in some respects, some of this has seemed very surreal, especially from the first time you got the phone call to, you know, open for someone to now, and some of the people that you've had the opportunity to meet. I mean, the doors that are opening for you is just unbelievable, and will continue to open. The more people hear your music and get to know you as an artist, I just think that in the very near future, you know, all these great new artists now that are out and putting out some awesome stuff. I mean, this is the future of country music. I mean, in my opinion, and you guys are the ones we're going to be seeing, you know, at the CMAs and the ACMs. And I fully believe it. I mean, and you know, it's almost like we've got so many good artists now.
It is.
I'm really glad that country music. I'm so glad that country music, the genre, is as big as it is. To tell you the truth, because
it's a lot.
It's a lot of talented individuals. It to me, it's the best genre of music going for so many different reasons, but nonetheless, it is. It's amazing what is happening and how, you know, people are getting opportunities to open for big major acts. I've never seen a genre more, you know, where you've got artists the big timers that are collaborating, you know, with those that are up and coming and the newcomers, because they are so eager to help them, you know, and get them to where they want them to be. And I just think that's awesome. I don't think you find that in any other kind of music out there.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's, you know, they understand, you know, the real passion of what it is. And I think country music has such a family type sense, that they do lend a hand to people, you know, that may just be starting out or have been trying for a while and haven't quite had their break yet, you know. A lot of them reach out because I think they're, you know, they respect how much work goes into it, and it's like 4 full-time jobs.
Yeah.
It's a lot, you know. I'm like, today I got to sleep till like 8:45 for the first time, and I don't even know how long. I was like dead. I was like, I couldn't believe I got to rest that long. But, you know, usually I'm up and thinking about at 6:30 how much I have to have done by 10, you know.
Yeah.
So it's busy but it's fun, you know. It makes it all worth it, you know. Things like Saturday night and being able to be recognized, you know, like radio and stuff, wanting the interviews and wanting to, you know, get information and play my music and stuff. It's really rewarding when we hear stuff like that, because we know that what we are doing is paying off, you know, and it's baby steps that are going to turn into bigger steps. So we're really excited, and we appreciate everything.
I mean, you are definitely an artist that is going places, and just early indications just seem to be pointing in that direction. And you certainly, I think you're gonna be someone that's going to be up for that Horizon Award on the Country Music Awards in the very near future. And especially the way things have just unfolded for you. I should say exploded, not really unfolded, exploded for you over the last year, because it's almost like, the thing I love about you as an artist is it's just like you said earlier. Last year you were attending that festival as a spectator, and you said, I'm going to be on that stage next year, and by golly, you did it. And just like, you know, as I was saying in the intro about you, that last year you decided, hey, it's time to get busy and to get serious about this. And man, you did. And it just seems like everything that you put your mind to, you do succeed. And I love that about you, because that is going to be your great story to success one of these days when you're being interviewed, you know, by CMT and some of these others out there, and they'll say, well, how did you get your start, you know? So it's definitely, it's exciting. That's right. It is a lot of hard work. Well, what can we expect from you? I know we got the EP coming up in the fall. Is there anything else, any big shows coming up forthcoming that fans can expect?
Well, we have some, like we're playing Friday in Nashville at Tavern 96, which is a club in the Bridgestone Arena. So we'll be doing a veterans tribute there. So we're really excited about that. We have, you know, really the rest of this year we're slated to do some fairs, and we may have a couple more national acts, but until it's final, I'm not supposed to say anything. So
I understand completely. Please don't. We don't want you giving anything away.
You know, it'll explode on my Facebook when we are able to finalize those things. So,
well, and if you'll let us know when you let everyone know, we will promote the heck out of it for you. I mean, anything we can do to promote you. Which, by the way, I have to say on Saturday night's note, I was looking at your Facebook earlier today, and the picture of you and Trice, I was like, they would make such a great couple. That was a great picture, by the way. Great picture,
thank
indeed.
You. He's not a bad-looking guy, but I don't know that I would ever date anybody in the industry, because that's hard. You know, it's hard. It's hard enough when they're not in the industry, because your schedule is so busy, you know. But they were really
that's
cool.
So true.
Really cool.
Well, you know, it's an interesting story about Chase. I don't know if you know this or not, but he was a football player for the University of South Carolina, and that's where he's from. And he was injured. And he got into country music only by accident, from what I understand. And while he was laid up, healing from his injury, he got himself a guitar. He started doing some writing, and voila, the rest, they say, is history.
Right.
So
I have a little bit of that story.
I mean, isn't that cool? I mean, he actually thought he was going to pursue a pro football career, and believe me, he's big enough. I think he could have, but
he's very
that injury.
Tall.
Oh yeah, and that injury definitely. it sidelined him in more ways than one, but
Right.
you know, he has gone on to make a great career out of, I mean, this was obviously what he was supposed to be doing with country music.
Right.
So, and you know, he's a great artist. So I am so excited that you got to open for those guys. And as you said, this is not going to be the end of that. That we'll be hearing more and more, I'm sure, and I can't wait till you're able to make those announcements. And as you make them, we will promote them too. So anything we can do, Brittany, anything at all we can do to help you be heard and just promote what you're doing for fans and listeners, please don't hesitate to let us know. Have your mom email us any information, and we will be sure to get it out there.
Well, thank you so much.
We're happy to do it.
Your support.
Sure thing.
I really do.
Well, thank you so much for your time this evening. I know you've been incredibly busy,
No,
and I know you've got to go practice now. Well, say hello to your band members for us, and we will continue to watch what happens for you as you go forward, and wish you much, much success as well.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for talking to me today.
Oh, certainly. Likewise. And take care, and we'll be talking with you again very soon, I'm sure.
You too. Thanks.
All right. We'll see ya.
Bye.
Brittany Marie, ladies and gentlemen. And isn't she just a sweetheart? I mean, she is definitely an artist that you want to watch because she has some great things happening. And as you heard, she's opening for some major country acts that are, that have hit the big time. And she is going to be right there, too. And it's just a matter of time. And I want to give you a little information where you can find her online. You can go to her Facebook page, Brittany Marie Official. And there you can probably get the most information about everything that's going on with her, any big announcements, when new music is coming out. And also on Twitter, she is found at B Marie Official, and you can follow her there as well. And if you like her music, or if you don't have her music, we're going to play Changed and Painted Black in just a few moments. I encourage you to go to iTunes and pick it up and add it to your collection, because she is an unsigned artist. She doesn't have major record label backing her yet. So until that happens, all the support she can get is most appreciated, and it certainly enables her to continue pursuing her career and her dreams and making great music and awesome videos. So definitely, like I said, Brittany Marie is an artist to watch as time goes on. I think she's got a great, great career ahead of her. So we want to say a huge thanks to her for being our special guest this evening, and many thanks to all of you for tuning in. And again, if you're brand new to our show, we hope that this won't be your only time. We're here every Monday through Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and so we will be back here again tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, you want to be sure to join us, because if you are a fan of the band Outshine, they are going to be here. 7:30 p.m. Eastern, they will be live on air with us, and they're going to be talking about all their recent success with that little-known tune that's been played like crazy on Sirius XM's The Highway, called Moonlight Crush. If you haven't heard it, you will be listening to it tomorrow night. We'll be playing that. We'll be talking with the guys and find out what's to come with them. So that's tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, with Outshine, right here, live on air. All right, as we close this evening, we are going to play Brittany Marie's latest single, Changed, and also the follow-up that will be on her forthcoming EP, Painted Black. And hope that you've enjoyed this as much as we have this evening. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Take care all. God bless, and good night.
Stiletto heels to match. I put my truck away and drove the little sports car he gave me. I learned to get ready, be right on time. My bottled beer became a glass of wine. I told my stubborn pride to hold its tongue when he called me baby. Somebody save me, and I changed. And deep down inside of me, and some fresh air to breathe. A riverbank that runs into a fresh field of daisies. Oh, it saves me in a taste deep down inside of me. I don't believe in the odyssey. And how can I be true to you and true to me? I've changed like the weather. Boy, I've changed. If we're gonna stay together. see a red door and I want it painted black.
Check out Rockin' Country Radio on the web. Find us at rockincountryradio.com, on Twitter at rockin_CTRY, and on Facebook at Rockin' Country Radio.